Hey guys, and welcome back. I wanted to talk to you today about, uh, I've always said that it's some um, diseases that mimic fibromyalgia, and it's a process of elimination to diagnose the fibromyalgia. hmm And, you know, as I've always said, that there's no specific test to test for fibromyalgia. So, um, due through the long process that I had to go through, it was just a process of elimination. I mean, at the time when I was diagnosed, prior to that, I mean, a year had went past and no one could tell me anything. I mean, I was hurting, the pain, the depression, the anxiety, and I was going to this doctor, going to that doctor, trying to get a diagnosis, and some doctors, I really think they thought I was just lying, I guess. But when I did get to a rheumatologist, I was diagnosed with the fibromyalgia. Now, I'm going to put you up to speed to what's happening now. Okay. In October of last year, I started developing kidney stones and had not only kidney stones, I had a stone that was so big it obstructed my ureter, and it had my urine backing up and set up sepsis, and I almost died. I went to the doctor on time, and uh, she's she sent me to the ER, which they sat in the ER for, get this, 16 hours. No lie, no lie. 16 hours. And when I was seen and they did the scan, I had to have emergency surgery. Okay, so I had that surgery. Then they had to put a stent in to my ureter to keep it open so that urine could flow. Then I had to have another surgery to take out the stent, and they put another stent in, and then I set up infection, and then I developed another stone, and I'm like, what is wrong? Okay, found out that I had hyperparathyroidism. Okay, okay. I was diagnosed in 20 with hyperparathyroidism, which I asked my doctor what was that, and he said, "Oh, it's just nothing. It's just it affects your bones." And I had a bone scan, and which from that I found out I had osteoporosis, and but that was it. Uh, After I went to the urologist to follow up on why I was having these kidney stones, I found out it was because of the hyperparathyroidism. That's why. And prior to that, in August of last year, I had gallstones, and I had to have my gallstone removed. So I had about last year, I had a total of about 3 surgeries for gallstones and kidney stones, and I'm like, what's going on? Okay, when I went to my urologist to follow up, and they did the urine test and blood test, found out that the culprit was the hyperparathyroidism. And I found out other symptoms of hyperparathyroidism, which is bone pain, muscle ache, and depression. It secretes a lot of calcium. Well, let me tell you, it regulates so many different things in your body. And one thing, it can cause stones because of the calcium. Mm-hmm. So I'm here to tell you today that I had hyperparathyroidism, and it's four glands that sits on top of your thyroid. And about a month ago, I had to have them removed. Yeah, I got a little scar right there. That's what that is. No suicide attempt. Just it's just the scar from the surgery that I just had. So I tell you all this is because when I asked my urologist, I'm like, well, no. The urologist referred me to an endocrinologist. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Endocrinologist who knows about the glands and the thyroid and everything. And when I asked her, she told me, yeah, unfortunately, the hyperparathyroidism mimics the same symptoms as fibromyalgia, and also um, the Sjogren's syndrome does the same thing. And I have been diagnosed with Sjogren's syndrome, hyperparathyroidism, and fibromyalgia. So I asked the endocrinologist, I said, well, do you think I was misdiagnosed with the fibromyalgia? She just smiled and said, yeah, you could have been. So to put it out there, I'm waiting on my results. You know, she told me sometimes when they took out mostly all of it. They took out 3.5. So now I have a half of a parathyroid. And they're monitoring it and everything. And she said it takes time, but some people wake up and they can feel automatic relief, you know, which I wasn't one of them. So I guess the moral of the story is, as I go on, if I don't have the pain, if I'm free of the symptoms that I was having with the fibromyalgia, hey, it could be, hey, I didn't have fibromyalgia at all. It was this hyperparathyroidism that was causing all this pain and depression and muscle pain, bone pain, all of that. And it could be from the hyperparathyroidism. And since I've got that taken out, hey. So I say this to you, I tell you my story so that you can do tests. You know, there are tests for this hyperparathyroidism. You know, if you're having problems, you know, talk with your doctor. If you don't think that it may be the fibromyalgia, if you're having problems, you know, I knew all along that I was having problems with my thyroid. And my doctor had sent me to I hope I'm saying this, endocrinologist, the doctor for the thyroid. And my thyroid wasn't working properly, and they were monitoring me to make sure that it was still working. But no one told me this. No one told me that hyperparathyroidism, Sjogren's syndrome, and fibromyalgia mimics each other. So one thing, because these two have tests to diagnose you, I know that I had hyperparathyroidism. I know that I have Sjogren's syndrome. But right now, I don't know if I have fibromyalgia. But I tell you this because, you know, if you're unsure, if you're having problems with your thyroid, get that test. See if your doctor can refer you to the endocrinologist to see if you're not suffering from another illness other than fibromyalgia. So I will follow this up in a couple of months and let you know if I'm pain-free, if I'm all the symptoms that I was having with the fibromyalgia. If I don't have it anymore, then hey, I didn't have fibromyalgia. It was the hyperparathyroidism. But I'm going to let you know. I'm going to follow up in a couple of months, let you know how I'm doing. You let me know, you know. And if you have been diagnosed with hyperparathyroidism and they just didn't tell you what it was, like my doctor just said, sent me for a bone scan and that was it. Hey, you might want to do go to an endocrinologist and follow up on that. That would be great. It would be great if I come on here and say, hey guys, I am symptom free and it wasn't fibromyalgia. That would be great for you too. So I urge you to do this if you think that it may be, if you've been diagnosed with Sjogren's, if you think it may be hyperparathyroidism, some other diseases that it mimics would be lupus. They prior to my diagnosis, they tested me for myasthenia gravis. So get those tests, you know, to eliminate the others, to know, to get a correct diagnosis. That's what I suggest. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so very much for watching my video. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, in parting, be blessed, y'all.